Video Dead Gaming. Comment, rate, and subscribe for free cake.
Right, hello my fine fellows, this is Video Dead and welcome to the first of a series of videos I'm going to be doing about things that I would like to see in the next Battlefield title. Now I'm going to talk about one subject per video, and this first video is going to be about the single player side of Battlefield. Now I know it's predominantly a multiplayer game and they sort of tack on a single player campaign, but I think there is another element of single player gameplay they could stick on to give the game a bit more meat, and certainly in my opinion it could benefit the multiplayer side somewhat as well. So what I would like to see are some single player, co-op and possibly even squad based battle scenarios relevant to each class and vehicle, and possibly even gadgets on the battlefield. And by that I don't mean create a whole new campaign for each class and vehicle. I just mean get a multiplayer map, stick some AI bots in there and just create different scenarios for each play style, each weapon class, each infantry class, stuff like that. And I also think these scenarios should be customisable by the player as well. So give the user access to the tools to create AI pathing, unit behaviour, mission objectives, stuff like that. You could maybe even have the odd destructible building to put down, all within the maps that already exist for multiplayer, so they haven't got to fiddle around creating new maps or anything like that. It could be done fairly simply, but using the imagination of the everyday Battlefield player, there could be some really good little battle scenarios created. And I will also give you my opinion on why it could benefit the multiplayer as well. So firstly, it could act as a kind of training ground for new players. They're always trying to get new players into the series, and the multiplayer can be quite daunting. It can have quite a steep learning curve. So I have some scenarios for each class and vehicle just to get new players into the ins and outs of those particular classes and vehicles, and like I said before, even gadgets. You know, how best to use these certain things in Battlefield to kind of ready them up for the multiplayer onslaught that they will be facing. And secondly, this could help players who just want to get their fix of a certain play style in the game. Like for example, I really like to fly helicopters, and sometimes it can be annoying to try and find a good server where there is not, 10 players all trying to get into the helicopter. I just want to get my quick fix of flying a chopper, and having some scenarios to just jump in and do that would be great, And also having those 10 players that all want to play helicopters, all waiting around to spawn in a helicopter, is very detrimental to the multiplayer gameplay, because that is 10 odd players that are not on the battlefield fighting for objectives and, fighting the good fight. They're just hanging around the spawn waiting for a vehicle. If they had some helicopter missions to get to, they wouldn't be clogging up the multiplayer games. And I include myself in that. I'm guilty of just hanging out waiting to spawn in the helicopter, I hold my hands up to that. And thirdly, I think this could be a really good way for the Battlefield community to interact with each other. If you want to get your creative juices flowing and you want to create a little mission for someone to do, it could be good like that. And lastly, I think this could be really good for all the YouTubers out there that love to make films using the Battlefield medium. Imagine having access to a map and some AI. You could program some wonderful little battles to make a film of. I just think something like this, a bit of customization on behalf of the user, could be a really good thing for Battlefield, and I think this would be a good way to do it. And as a little side note, you could possibly implement a little reward system. Maybe if you had access to customised dog tags and camo and stuff like that. You could create a scenario and have a little dog tag as a reward for whoever completes it, or a camo, something like that. So to summarise, what would be beneficial about having some scenario battles for each class and vehicle in the battlefield: it could be a good training ground for new players, it could be a way for veteran players to just get a quick fix of playing however they want to play, it could be good for the battlefield community to challenge each other in a way that isn't just fighting the regular way on the battlefield. And it can be good for all the filmmakers out there that want to use this awesome game to make awesome movies. So there you go guys, what do you think of this idea? I know it's not a new one, it has been done many times in many games before, but it is new to the Battlefield. I think it would give future Battlefields a bit of variety, kind of something in between single player and multiplayer for people to get their teeth into. Tell me what you think in the comments below. I love interacting with you guys. If you are not subscribed to this channel, please do so. If you like the video, please hit the like button and share it on all your various social media sites. Possibly in the vain hope that someone on the development staff at DICE might hear this idea and implement it. That would be fantastic. And all that remains is just for me to say thank you and goodbye. I will see you in the next video.